Greed. This is my description of greed. Wanting more than you need, wanting more than you can ever use, and trying to get more than one deserves by any and all means possible. I have placed greed in the category of negative emotions, thoughts, and feelings because it can be damaging and cause a great deal of stress in your life. Greed has been around since the beginning of time. The biblical story of brothers Cain and Abel will bear this out. History tells us of untold wars which have brought about the deaths of millions, causing untold devastation and destruction. There have been murders, massacres, and the annihilation of entire populations because of greed. I want to narrow this conversation about greed in the context of you and I today. There is a movie made some years ago titled Wall Street, starring Michael Douglas. Mr. Douglas delivered one of the most memorable lines in movie history. Greed is good. In a sequel made some years later, titled Money Never Sleeps, he states, greed is not only good, it is now legal. If you have kept abreast of the recent meltdowns on Wall Street, you have witnessed the plunder and greed which have almost destroyed our financial system. If you are looking for reasons and the answers to this gigantic meltdown and all of the ensuing problems, the answer is greed, greed in all of its dirty, miserable, and slimy displays. The true cost of the damage this massive greed has caused may never be known. That line delivered by Douglas, that greed was not only good, it is now legal, was never more accurate. I want to shed some light on greed and the morally corrupt effects it can have on the average person like you and me. I, too, have suffered from the greed complex in my lifetime, wanting more and more, never satisfied with what I had. Whatever I had, it was never enough. I didn't know why I needed more. I just knew I wanted more and more. Greed and my pursuit of more became the passion for my very existence. I am sure many of you who are listening to me now know exactly what I am talking about. In the Reflections of Life series, you have heard me say many times, I want you always to strive to be the best person you can possibly be. I have also said, if in your lifetime you are able to understand who you are, what you are, and why you are the way you are, you will have accomplished one of life's greatest achievements. I'm hoping in this Reflection of Life series, you will find some of the answers of self-understanding and enlightenment. The reason I'm concerned about greed, it can put one's life completely out of balance. One's greed can take away one's self-respect. It will take away the empathy and the humane feelings you should have for others less fortunate than yourself. I believe greed can destroy one's soul and eat away at the foundation of becoming the best person you can possibly be. If greed becomes the basis of a person's life, it can block the other attributes which makes one's life more complete and satisfying. Wanting more than you need, wanting more than you can use, and wanting more because you think you deserve it is not a positive or productive way to live your life.